Welcome back to art class. We are going to be continuing on our parrot artwork by tracing our pencil lines with either a Sharpie or a pen. So the materials we're going to be using today is a messy mat, Sharpie, pen, and we're also going to be adding in some watercolors. I'm tracing over big lines, but if you have smaller detail lines like in the feathers or in the leaves, then instead of tracing over them with a Sharpie, you may decide to trace over them with a pen. You may decide to trace over your entire artwork with a pen. That will be your choice. When you're done tracing and outlining your pencil lines with a Sharpie or a pen, then you're going to go back and erase any stray pencil lines that are left out. Next, we're going to move on to watercolors. You can look at that handout at your desk to look at other birds or parrots and decide, or may help you figure out the colors you want to use in your parrot. I added about 4 or 5 drops of water into each color on my watercolor set. It's really important that you have plenty of water. These are called semi-soft watercolors. So naturally they are very goopy, but you have to add water to them to make them paintable, or else it's kind of like a slimy mess and they never dry. So if you do not have enough water when you're painting and the colors are very, very dark, then you don't have enough water and it won't dry properly. So I'm making sure to have plenty of water in between different colors, in between switching colors. I'm also rinsing my brush off so I'm not contaminating the colors as well. You can actually mix your own colors. So you can paint a color, let that dry 30 seconds or so, and then rinse your brush off, and on top of it you can add another color. And if you make a mistake, you can use the paper towel at your desk to blot up any colors that you don't want, and then let that dry and you can kind of repaint over them. Try to do all your details first. So do your bird first, do your leaves next, do your flowers and your things after that. The very last thing that you're going to work on is your background. And you can do something called mixing colors. So in the white plastic part on the lid of your watercolor set, you can actually mix colors. So I took some yellow off to the side, rinsed my brush, then I added some green to it, and I got it like a lime green. If you want a lighter version of that, then you would just add water. So as I'm painting, I kind of want it to be a little bit lighter and not as dark. So I'm just grabbing some water from my water cup and then adding it to the background as well. When you're completely done, you're going to get a wet wipe, some kind of wipe, and you're going to wipe out the lid of your tray. So using a wet wipe, wipe out the lid of your tray. That way the next person can have a clean area to do their artwork in. And then your messy mat and your artwork are going to go on the drying rack. If you do have any thick, goopy, painty areas, you can dab them with a paper towel as well so they will dry.